All right, today we are talking about the importance of conferences, real estate conferences specifically. So I have attended countless real estate conferences, and this came up because the National Real Estate Investing Summit is right around the corner here. It is held in Cincinnati, Ohio in a normal year. This year it is all online because of COVID, but it is coming up November 7th through the 14th. And so, I'm presenting on November 13th in the evening about specifically deep diving and talking to sellers about creative financing, how to make the pitch, how to overcome their objections. It's going to be over an hour worth of details on how that interaction should go. So if you are attending the National Real Estate Investing Summit, I hope to see you there. But additionally, a lot of people ask about, is it important to go to conventions? And then, when you go to a real estate convention, a lot of the speakers are going to be selling courses. And so there's always a discussion about why are they selling courses? What's the motivation? So I wanted to share with you my perspective on real estate conventions. Number one, big picture. You have to go to real estate conventions. Well, I don't know if you have to, but I would really recommend you go to real estate conventions. There are a bunch of good benefits. Number one, you get new ideas. It's a great opportunity to hear a whole bunch of different speakers speak about their specialty or their niche in the market. So you can hear ideas that you've never heard before. And for me, I love new ideas. I know that just one idea can make me a boatload of money. One idea can completely transform my life. And I have seen that happen in my own business. And really, those ideas that have transformed my life and greatly increased my cash flow and my income, net worth, have been ideas from conferences or people I met at conferences. So you get a lot of good new ideas. Number two, you get information. Maybe it's not an astronomical new idea. Maybe you want to learn more about how to structure creative financing, maybe you want to learn about lease options or raising private money or whatever your category is you really want to learn about. You'll have speakers who spend 1 hour plus talking about it. And it's a great way to just get information. Maybe you would never sit down and talk to somebody who's really into self-storage units, but you can get a lot of information about self-storage units so that you have a grasp of it and you know whether that's something you want to pursue or not. So it's a great place to get a whole lot of information. All right, number three, you can see what other people are capable of. I know in my own life, a lot of times I have my own set boundaries or limits of what I think is possible. And then I go to a conference or some kind of meeting with other investors and I see people doing things that are way above what I thought was possible. Whether that's the number of deals or the amount they've accomplished or the business and structures that they've built, the number of people they've incorporated into their business, whatever it is, usually I'll find somebody who has done a lot more than I think is possible. So for me, I think going to real estate conferences is inspiring. It really shakes what I think I can do and makes me rethink what my goals should be, what's possible moving forward. And that's true for a large conference like the one coming up where you have a whole bunch of speakers. It's also true if you have been to so many different conferences where it's one speaker for 3 days and they're going over their course or, going over their specialty for 3 days. It holds true for either one. And I get these same benefits from either type of conference. All right, the next one is networking. In my early years of going to conferences, I didn't appreciate this one very much. I didn't really see the necessity. I thought I was going there for the information. I was going there for these great ideas. I didn't need to meet other people. But now looking back, some of the most amazing things I've been able to do in the business have been because of people I met at these conferences. And so at this stage in the game, I'm leaning towards that may be one of the more important aspects of real estate conferences is who you meet, who you get to know. I mean, it's really been amazing that I can think back one conference I went to in Phoenix, met a guy from Cincinnati who I still stay in touch with. We still talk. I still talk to people I've met at the conference here in Cincinnati. Louisville, I can think of Lee out there, who I still run into occasionally. So all these conferences, you end up meeting people who are very successful, very passionate, and those relationships will go a long way. They are possibly one of the most impactful parts of it. Okay, so those are what, 4 key benefits to a conference. Now, to address the sales, speakers tend to sell courses at these conferences. Now, if you look at that in a negative light, it feels like you're being sold. I'll put up some air quotes there, sold this course constantly. And if you don't look at the course in the right light, yeah, it does feel like you're being sold all the time. Those air quotes are coming up again, sold. All right. So, but what those courses are, I have bought a lot of courses. And those courses, if you don't want the course, don't feel pressure to buy the course. The courses are there so that if you hear that speaker and you think, this system is really what I need, then you have the opportunity to buy a system, a complete system from this other investor who's built it probably over years, their system, and you have a chance to buy it like that. Maybe it's $900, maybe it's $1,200. You can get that whole system overnight. And that is an opportunity that is pretty amazing if that's the system you're looking for. In the beginning, I felt like the courses were expensive. And that's all relative based on the amount of money you have coming in and going out, right? But if you look at value, if you need a system to provide whatever that course can provide, then $900 or $1,200 or $1,500 is a drop in the bucket for getting a system to deliver that for you. So that's my 2 cents on a course. If you really need the system and you want something that'll deliver what that system says it'll deliver, it is well worth the money. It is like a franchise. If somebody wants to start a hamburger restaurant, a real investor is going to go out and buy a franchise from McDonald's instead of trying to start their own mom and pop hamburger restaurant where they have to build every system on their own, right? A real investor is going to go buy the franchise from McDonald's, get the whole system handed to them. It's going to be more expensive up front, but they'll get that whole system given to them, and then they can just start the restaurant. Done. So that's my 2 cents on courses. It's a great way to get the systems you need for those parts of your business that you think will get you to the next level. Additionally, a lot of speakers offer coaching, mastermind, which is group coaching. And those in the early days, I thought almost felt like a weakness, like, oh, do I need somebody to help me do this? Do I need somebody to show me how to build my business? Well, after hiring coaches and being in masterminds, that's a ridiculous perspective that I had, because in reality, other people are much further than me, right? And if I can pay a little bit of money and benefit from their experience and their knowledge and get where I want to go faster, that is the best money I can possibly spend. So I encourage you, if you're going to this national conference coming up next week, or whatever real estate conference you are going to soon, one, it is a great opportunity. Go. Definitely be involved. Two, there are all these benefits you can get from it. And I really encourage you not to discount any of them. You'll get new ideas. You'll get massive amounts of information. You'll be inspired by other people's stories and what they've been able to do. And you'll be able to grow your network. You should be able to do all four of those at any conference you go to. Additionally, any other money you spend, whether that be on courses, books, coaching, mastermind, think of that as an investment. The return you get on those will greatly outweigh the money you spend on them. And I am speaking from experience because I have spent a lot of money on seminars, conferences, courses, coaching, masterminds, all of them. And I really attribute a large part of what I've been able to accomplish so far to that. So it is an investment, not an expense. So I hope that helps. I hope gives you a fresh perspective and excitement for real estate conferences. Personally, I hope real estate conferences are in person soon, and I hope that I get to see you at one soon. So until then, keep building your dream life one door at a time.